I said, man, it's a nice day outside. Let's go for a cruise. So I grabbed the rest of my kids. We hopped in the car. We went for a cruise. I noticed once we get right in front of this hospital, my voltmeter gauge and my dash starts bouncing all over the place. So I say to myself, that's not good. Let's go home before the car stalls, before I lose all battery power. I noticed white smoke coming through the dash right where the radio is. So I said, well, that's really not good. Let me pull over and see what's going on. For the most part, my kids did pretty good, other than asking too many questions at the time. My probably biggest mistake was to tell them why, and that it was a fire. My oldest kid, she didn't panic at all. My middle kid freaked out a little bit as soon as she heard fire. My 1-year-old didn't know what was going on, just as happy as can be, like he always is. So while my middle daughter was sitting there frozen, I clicked my 1-year-old out of his car seat, got him out of the car, and then snatched my 5-year-old out of the car. I pulled my phone out and I was trying to call 911. Got 911 on the phone, and I see the fire growing a little bit.
Coming home from a typical Thursday night, football practice with the son. We were driving back home, several vehicles in front of us. I looked at the flames of the car, looked over at the kids. Then I recognized where Sergeant Dandridge was, and I go, well, you got to pull over, stop. And she stopped right by the flames. And I said, no, keep going forward.
As soon as TSgt Carpenter came, and he noticed what was going on, he took action. You know, there was a couple of bystanders, you know, standing around, and they didn't really say much, to the point to where I didn't realize they were even there until everything was all over with. So once I saw him, he was verbal, and he asked me, what did I need? And what I found out afterwards, he was asking me, are you good? Do you need water? Do you need this? And I didn't hear him because I'm trying to talk to the fire department at the same time. I said, hey, I needed a fire extinguisher. Do you have one? And he said, no. I said, I got my kids over there. He said, yes, man, I got it. I ran in to go get the fire extinguisher.
I'm getting water in the back of my car. I see my wife. I go, Samantha, can you take care of the kids? Grab them, pull them to the car. And the initial splash on the fire was to make sure, from a distance, was to make sure that there was no oil or fuel that could really ignite the fire anymore. As soon as I saw the water take to the heat, I was like, okay, I know I can at least contain it, if not take it out. And so out he comes running with a cell phone in one hand and the fire extinguisher in the other hand. He sets it down, and then I go grab it from him. And then so as I approach the vehicle, I hit it where the core was at, or that glowing orb, and completely extinguished what I could. Seeing somebody in need, regardless, it's like, hey, what can I do? What do you need help with? Lending that hand. And that's just part of the whole airmanship concept too, is to lend a hand to people that need it and want it as well, right? And then just be wholehearted.
Sergeant Carpenter came to my aid and really did his part to help us out.